Hey guys, it's Lex, and the people at the bank call me Marty. So we've got a box to open today from Let's Make Art. This is my first box from them, so I'm pretty excited to see what's in it. It's pretty heavy, so that's always a good sign. Full disclosure, I just thought I filmed this opening just a few minutes ago and I didn't have the camera going at all. So I've actually already opened it and seen what's in it. And I feel really bad about that. But I'm going to open and show you guys what's in it so you can see what their box is all about. First of all, it says, spoiler alert, you're good at this. And then the packaging is really, really pretty, I think. Welcome to November. And basically they tell you, they give you 4 projects, one for each week in the month. And they do a tutorial on their YouTube channel, and you can watch the tutorial on their channel and you paint along with them. And you create 4 different pieces each month. So the good stuff, it's paint. So we've got Dandelion Paint Company liquid watercolor in rose red. We've got space blue, tangerine, and black. And then there's a little tub here that's got white in it. And then remove the pretty packaging. And you can see they actually have 4 different packets in here. And for each packet, there is a project. 1 week is gonna be this fancy feather. We're gonna paint that. And they give you, it looks like, I didn't open this. Oh, they give you the actual outline of the feather. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so they give you, it shows the watercolor tutorial, a few steps in it. Give you a picture of the finished product. This is like printer paper that this feather is on. So I don't know if they want you to trace it maybe. And then there's 2 pieces, looks like, of watercolor paper. Maybe you can mess one up and then do the finished product on the other piece. I don't know. Anyway, we'll set that aside and we'll look at the other projects. This one is called Nebula. If you can see here, this is what we're going to be painting. That's really pretty. I might do that one first. Fall Pumpkin. It's a little bit sideways in there. That's a really pretty one too. And then Galaxy Wolf. And I should have all of the paints in here to be able to make these. I guess they don't send brushes. There's nothing else in here except, I'm not sure what this stuff is. I think it's just packing of some sort. Oh, no, you know what? I bet this is tracing paper, and you trace it from the feather piece of paper that I showed you. You trace it onto your watercolor paper. I bet that's what that's for. Anyway, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go look up the tutorials and go through them, and then I'll come back to you guys and we will make some art. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, you guys, I didn't show this in the opening part of the video, but this was also in the box, and it says, Let's Make Art Matter. Emma is an incredibly brave 7-year-old from Heartland, Wisconsin, who was recently diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor called DIPG. She's currently undergoing treatment and is an avid animal lover. She's requested letters or cards from sweet little pups to comfort her during this time. Let's show Emma and her family some love and support. And they send you a postcard. It's already stamped and it has her address on it. Look, if you guys want to send Emma something, there's her address. And it's a watercolor postcard. That is really, really cool that they do that. Okay, well now I'm gonna go watch the tutorials and then we'll get back and we'll make some art. Maybe I'll make something for Emma and we'll send it off to her. Okay, so it turns out they didn't have the tutorial up yet for the first project in their box. I have been waiting about 2 weeks for the first project video to be posted on YouTube so that I could follow along. And the first project is going to be this fall pumpkin. So I'm pretty excited to do that. But there's a couple of things. Like, I'm a little worried about the fact that I have never used this type of watercolor before. It's dye-based, non-toxic. So it's dye-based, which means it's probably not light fast. Most of the time pigment-based is light fast and dye-based is not going to be light fast. But that's okay. Anyway, I've never used this type of paint at all, so we're gonna play with it a little bit first. I've got a little strip of paper here that I cut off of what they sent me. It turns out they sent Canson XL watercolor paper. They sent Canson XL watercolor paper. So I didn't mind cutting it up a little bit because I know it's not like expensive 100% cotton stuff. I'm gonna play with it a little bit first. I don't know if you're supposed to add water to it. I watched the first part of the tutorial just to see if they gave any instructions at all on how to use these materials. And they have lots and lots of watercolor tutorials before this one, so they might have done that in some other tutorial, but I did not have the patience to go back and look. So what I've done is I put down my 4 colors that they sent: rose red, tangerine, space blue, and black. And this is a little bit of a combination of the rose red and tangerine because I could tell by the picture that it's probably going to need a little bit of a darker color in there. And I'm going to experiment with them first and see how they work. I didn't add any water to them, but I'm expecting to have to add water to them. But to start out, I'm not going to add any water, and we're going to see how they act on paper. Okay. This is actually a really nice color, and I didn't add any water to it. Okay, let's swatch our other colors. Oh, I used the wrong jar, of course. At least it wasn't my drink. Okay, here's the rose red, and it did just take a very small amount. So that's good. I might have put too much in here. They came out in droplets, so I put 20 drops in each one because I put 10 at first and it just didn't seem like it was going to be enough for a whole painting. But I was probably wrong. Anyway, here's the midnight blue, or sorry, space blue. There's no blue in that picture, so I'm not sure what we're using this for. Oh, I'm gonna be angry if we didn't have to use it for this one. Ooh, okay, anyway. We'll see. Here is their black. With a little bit of water from my brush. It's a nice black. And let's see how this color I mixed turned out. Ooh, that's a nice kind of orangey red color. That turned out exactly the way I wanted it to. Okay, so their tutorial is about 45 minutes long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to learn how to time-lapse video so that I can speed through it and you can see the end result. Hopefully we'll get something nice, and hopefully I can follow along with this tutorial pretty well. I'll link it in the description below in case you guys want to try it after I do. Well, here we go. I taped down my paper. They didn't say to do that, but I've got it taped on this board here so that I can move it around if I want to. But it is quite a big pumpkin. We're using this. So I taped it down just in case it warped or anything, since it is Canson paper, it probably is going to warp a little bit. Anyway, okay, here we go. Okay guys, I'm really sorry, but for some reason my camera stopped recording after about 30 minutes. So I didn't realize that it had stopped recording, and I kept going and I kept painting and I kept going through the tutorial, but this is what I ended up with. I don't enjoy the subject matter that much. Like, I don't really care about painting pumpkins, so I got a little bit rushed, and I could have done a lot better with the little white details if I had tried a little bit harder. But again, I was just kind of like, I don't care about the subject matter and it's taking too long, and I was just a little bit bored at this point. The tutorial was nice and clear though. I was able to follow along pretty well. I only had to pause like maybe once to catch up, but I'm sorry about the camera mishap. All in all, it was a pretty good tutorial, and I will keep doing it for the next couple of weeks because I do have 3 more weeks of tutorials to go. I might share it with you guys if I like the subject matter. 2 of them I'm definitely excited about, a nebula and the wolf. Anyway, this is what we ended up with. I will put links in the description below so you guys can go watch if you want to and use your own materials. If you do have your own materials, I have noticed that you can just go to their YouTube channel and paint along with them with what you've got already, and you don't really need their subscription kit unless you just need the outline for it. Then again, they also say you can go and just print out the outline and do it yourself that way. So it's up to you guys whether or not you think it's worth getting the kit or not, but I'm going to keep going with the next couple of weeks and see how I like it, and if I like it a little bit more, because I'm not painting a pumpkin. It's a little too PSL for me. But anyway, okay, bye.